What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Spyro 2. I just wanted to show off here in the guidebook of how far we've come in this adventure in very few episodes, actually. So, Summer Forest is complete. Autumn Plains with all of its levels. Look, it goes down the entire page. All of these are complete. So many levels. And then we look at Winter Tundra. And that's not even including Ripto's arena. So, anyway, welcome back to Spyro 2. In the last episode, we went and did some unfinished business over in Autumn Plains. And in this episode, we're actually going to start doing levels in Winter Tundra, starting with the Mystic Marsh. Sounds very magical. Sounds very interesting. We'll see. Ouch! Being trampled by elephant snails. Jeez, that must have been painful. And look, an actual spider monkey. Die, you son of a bitch. How are you doing?
Things just aren't the same since our magic fountain shut off. It sure would help if you could find out what evil force is behind this disaster.
Evil force? I'm on it. I am expertly crafted to find evil forces. And why don't any of the characters sound like they do in the cutscenes than they do when they're actually talking to you? Like, those guys were going, yee-haw! And now they're going, things just aren't the same since our fountain shut off. But I'm getting too far into the random territory. Let's talk the Mystic Marsh. Mystic Marsh is the start of the Winter Tundra levels, and every level from now on, going through the Winter Tundra, does not have a talisman. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the talismans anymore. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but I might as well bring it up here. So, all you're looking for is 400 gems and 3 orbs. This is the final stretch of the game where you only need to collect orbs, which is why there are so many in levels now, and you don't have to collect that silly talisman. The funny thing about Mystic Marsh, besides the fact that you have to kill frogs to get life back, which you've been doing since the beginning of the game, it's what its name in Japanese is. The Mystic Shower! Oh, wow! I made the snail elephant kill its little rhino buddy, and then I killed it with one simple flame. These enemies are so freaking weird. How do they come up with this? Seriously. I'm just wondering, like, I can come up with some weird stuff, you know, give me some time and maybe a comic book or something, and I can come up with some strange shit, but these are so weird. And I noticed like a little tiny inconsistency that the fountain went off and those, you know, elephants became larger. So why are they doing it? Why aren't they like large all the time? You actually see them in the small shell and then they show up as the big elephants. Why does it do that? Are they like snoozing or what's going on? And what's with the duck? Oh, we'll figure that out later. And are these platypi? Is that the plural for platypuses? Or is it platypuses? That doesn't sound right. I'm gonna have to go look it up later. Platypi, let's call them that now. But they're so spiny! It's like if Perry the platypus ate a quillfish. Oh, I'm mixing two completely different universes there. The Mystic Marsh, a funny thing about it is, if you actually look as to, you know, what's actually happened here, did Ripto actually do anything to this level? I mean, think about it. The fountain just shut off. I mean, it could be Ripto. I have no idea. So, if it is Ripto, then, yeah, he's up to his old schemes, but I don't know. I think something else stopped the fountain. Maybe we'll figure out what it is by the end of this level. And now we're going to be going through the Treetops. I hope we're not going back to that level. Back in Spyro 1, the Treetops level was a nightmare. Especially if you're going for a 100%. It was mean! This level also has a special cameo by one of the creators of Insomniac. I'll show you where it is when we actually get to it. This will actually be the first time, you know, actually actively trying to find it, because I never knew about this until I did my research. So, as soon as we get there, we'll get there. And by the way, there's also a special glitch you can do here in this level It can only be activated a bit later, but again, I'll show you how to do it. But just to get you, like, hyped for it, you can swim in the air. Yeah, that's some glitch, huh? You can swim in the air. Sadly, I haven't been able to reproduce it, but I've read how to do it. Oops, sorry, wrong button. And I'll be surely oh, crap. I'll be sure to explain how to do the glitch so that you can do it at home. Get out of here, monkey. Alright, have we? Oh, yeah, we've killed plenty of enemies. You only need 20 to activate the spring power-up in this level. And I've noticed, yeah, the power-ups are starting to recycle themselves. That makes sense. I'm guessing they made a select few just so they could be like, okay, here's the powers that they can activate. It'll be cool the first time they get it, but then it'll be useful later on in the other levels. So I wouldn't call it laziness, because they have made a lot of new power-ups from the first game. So I guess I'll cut them some slack just because they've made so much new that it actually feels new, and I don't really mind, recycling the old stuff. And you might have something important to say, but I've got a lot more monsters to kill. There are so many enemies in this level, it's insane. So many platypi, so many Rhinox, I guess I want to call them, but that's an enemy in a completely different game. Different game in the Spyro series, not a different game completely. Alright, so there's a lot of hidden gems around here. You're going to have to go swimming a lot, not in that purple death over there, but just in these like small pools of water where all these platypi are. There are a lot of missable gems because I don't know if it's because of the perspective, but I tend to miss a lot of gems, or maybe just like one solitary gem every time I'm going swimming in the water. It's just hard to keep track of, which is why I go from, cave to cave, just figuring out where all the gems are and then collecting them. And if you've also noticed, we haven't collected an orb yet. That's because they're all basically back here, like from this guy.
What? Oh, I must have dozed off there. Golly, looks like I let the fountain switch off. Here, take this orb and, don't mention my little nap to Hydrar, okay?
Who would hire a guy named Snoozle to keep the fountain on? And I was right, Ripto didn't have anything to do with this. So, I guess we're helping for the good of the people. I actually do like that name. Not Snoozle, but Hydrar. That just sounds amazing. It sounds like the best water mage you've ever seen. I am Hydrar, full power over the water dragons. Kind of... it makes me want to play Magic the Gathering. That name is so cool. And then Snoozle, that's just a silly, silly name. Why would they even come up with that? Alright, that guy over there, the guy you saw next to the car, which that's the first car we've ever seen in here besides, the ones in the speedways. But there is a way to actually cause the glitch to happen right next to that guy with the car. Oh, if I can remember correctly, I'm going to try and remember how to do it specifically based on the directions I've been given. So let's go ahead over here and collect the gems around him and actually see what he wants. I'll try to figure it out while we're collecting this stuff. How do you do it again?
Ah, Spyro, a friendly face. A bunch of rotten thieves have stolen the spark plugs, and I'm stuck here. Please get the 4 plugs back.
Ah, yes, that's it. Now I remember how to do it. And by the way, we need to go catch 3 thieves. They have his spark plugs. Now, where are these thieves? They are everywhere. So, I think one's over... Oh, there's one. So they're giant, like... What would you call these? Are these, like, kangaroos? Or what are these beasts? Well, they've got a bushy tail. Are they, like, kangaroo squirrels? Maybe? I don't know. I just know it's easy to catch them. Ah! Of course. I say that and then nothing happens. But anyway, this is how you activate the swim glitch. You wanted to save this guy for last, so sadly I couldn't, but... Oh, four thieves, excuse me. I thought there were only 3. But if you want to do the glitch properly, you want to get that one last and be swimming. So the spark plug actually comes to you when you defeat any of these thieves. And when you do that and you're in the... And you are, and you're in the water... Excuse me, I'm having a terrible case of words today. But as soon as you do that, you will go back and talk to Basil, that guy there, and you'll be flying, or swimming in the air. Which means you can go outside the level and do whatever you want. You can swim anywhere in this level when you've glitched out the level. It's so crazy. I've only been able to do it once, but I haven't recreated it in a very long time, so I may not do it right. In fact, I'm not even going to try. It might be in a bonus episode, but don't count on it. Oh, last one! Let's get him. Gotta get him, gotta get... Ah, man, I lost his trail. Gotta get him, gotta get him. Oh, and by the way, these enemies can use the power-ups too, which is what that guy did. So let's go ahead, try to get him, and he can jump far. What gives? I can't do that. So unfair, you giant kangaroo squirrels can jump and I can't jump. Oh! I almost had him! Alright, I got you. You are mine! Yes! Got him before he could jump away.
Wahoo! I'm back in business. Here, young dragon friend, take this. It's museum quality, but you deserve it.
Why is it always like British explorer guys? You know, they have that simple explorer hat, and most of the time they have a British name, and or they are British. Why do they always have to deal in museum artifacts? Is that just a stereotype now? I'm not sure, but hey, it was a game made in the old days. Maybe the stereotype has changed. Maybe it wasn't a stereotype to begin with. But hey, whatever. I do love the old games and how they're not afraid to do anything and everything. Like you could be a stereotyper all you wanted, and it was okay. I mean, people would look down on it, but you could still put it in games, just like you can put the word kill in. Can't really do that anymore nowadays, especially in children's games.
Ah, Spyro, so glad you're here. I'm perfectly useless without my trusty pencil, and I seem to have lost it. I do have this extra egg. Perhaps you can trade it for my pencil.
You lost your pencil, but you have an egg. Okay, I won't doubt it. This is one of my favorite orb challenges, by the way. It's pretty much a scavenger hunt. But you're not looking for items, you have to put items back. So earlier we saw a bird's nest in the tree, or I did, I don't know if you did, but we need to put the egg back. Of course. Just a little short. Of course it has to go like that. So go in. Thank you very much. And then Mama Bird comes around and drops... What is that? Is that seed? Yeah, it's a seed. Flower pot. Yes, there was a flower pot just randomly sitting in this level. So let's see what happens when we throw it in the flower pot. Oh, nice. What the hell? The plant just spit out a rubber ducky. Why? Speaking of ducks, let's go over and see these other ducks. Maybe they're missing their little rubber ducky friend. Or maybe the mama doesn't know the difference between a real duck and a fake duck. No, she doesn't. So what'd she give us? Oh, she coughs up a turnip. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I said I love this orb challenge, and I'm not really kidding about that. It's just, it's still really weird. You know, how exchanging different objects can sometimes have the weirdest endings. Like, what's gonna possibly happen when we put the turnip in here? I can only imagine. A coin! I don't know if I can find an image of it, of a close-up of that coin, but actually on that coin is the face of Insomniac employee Dan Johnson, who's, made a name for himself in the Ratchet & Clank games for putting his face on the coins in there. Sadly, he has since passed away, but Dan Johnson, you will always live in our hearts as the guy who loved to put himself in the games he worked on. Man, I wish I could do that. Maybe I should just make a video game just to put myself in there. Here you go, Professor.
My pencil! Now I can begin calculating the age of the universe again. Here, take this orb. Alora says she thinks I'm going to lose it.
Because you just lost your pencil! And you were completely useless without it. I can only imagine what would happen if you lost the orb. So there we go, 3 out of 3, and the Mystic Marsh is complete. Well, that wasn't so bad. I mean, for finally getting into the winter tundra, I guess it was an okay level. And can I make it? Yes! Can you imagine having a fate of staying awake forever? That's a fate worse than death, my friend. I can't imagine, because I get tired a lot nowadays, ever since I gave up pop for a while, and I am just tired all the time. Alright, so Mystic Marsh, down. Let's go ahead and take care of one of the levels that the professor has for us next time on Spyro 2. So, I think this is Cloud Temples. We should be hitting that one next. And you have to talk to him again because it doesn't register it. So, next time, Cloud Temples. I'll see you guys next time.